Mrs. Sue Peterson, the name says it all. An icon at Weslaco ISD for almost 40 years.
Her capacity, her knowledge, and her commitment, but most importantly, her heart, all golden, all golden.
And on December 14th, 2020, a hole is left on the WISD family as Mrs. Peterson passed away. Our hearts are heavy as we mourn the loss of who we affectionately refer to as Mrs. P.
When I think about Weslaco ISD, I think about Sue Peterson and what she brought to this district and how she's left a part of herself on the staff and all the generations of students.
Mrs. Peterson arrived in the Valley and began her career at Dr. Armando Cuellar Elementary School in 1981. Understandably, moving a couple thousand miles away in a warm climate was a big adjustment for the Michigan native.
We got off the plane in McAllen and I thought I was in the jet wash. It was so hot, and the farther we walked away from the plane, it stayed that hot. I realized that that was the temperature.
But rather than starting a career down here and then moving someplace else, Mrs. Peterson elected to grow not only professionally, but socially.
It's important to find a job that you love. You have to get up being excited about where you're going, because that's the only way you're going to be successful.
After spending 5 years as an elementary teacher, Peterson went on to teach at Louise Black Intermediate School. Then in the 1990s, Peterson went from the classroom into the administrative field, where she served as administrative assistant, assistant principal, and campus instructional facilitator before earning her first principal assignment at Roosevelt Elementary.
Students have to be first and foremost in your mind, and that all of the decisions that you make have to be what is best for students.
Most remember Mrs. Peterson as the principal at Weslaco East High School, which opened its doors in 2000 as a freshman campus. It will become a complete high school, graduating its first senior class in 2004.
I welcome all of you to our first graduation. Tonight we are making history.
Mrs. Peterson went on to spend 15 memorable years at the school, watching all programs grow and students excel. The campus started from the ground up and produced some of WISD's most successful scholars.
I have several friends that graduated, that are attorneys, work at hospitals, doctors and things like that. And it's because of, this school that gave so much to us and really pushed us to achieve. And it's all about what Ms. Peterson created.
She was a presence in the hallways, always interacting with students, and was committed to supporting all students in extracurricular activities, including football games.
Moments like this will always be cherished, and I will always have this on my desk to never lose those thoughts, those precious thoughts of all the wonderful things that we experienced.
For a school that's heavily populated, it didn't stop Mrs. Peterson from learning each student's name, especially the seniors. A connection with students was important to Mrs. Peterson. She was strict but fair, earning the nickname Mrs. P or Mother P.
It's kind of like your mom. Your mom can be kind of strict, but you never doubt that your mom cares about you and wants the best for you.
I know I lecture you. I enforce the rules a little more than you think necessary. I question you about your actions, and sometimes I sound a lot like your mom. But I care about each and every one of you and wish you the very best. Be the first.
And when it came to having a good time, Mrs. Peterson was always on board. She did anything, and I mean anything, to put a smile on students' faces.
She wanted to do something for the kids, and if that meant, a little giggle from all the kids, well then, hey, that's what it meant.
The school even had a twin day theme, and a few students took the ultimate dare and dressed as Mrs. Peterson.
They had on, gray wigs and dresses kind of in the style she wore, and pearls and the whole bit. And I mean, she laughed so hard when she saw them.
Mrs. Peterson always set high standards for her students and staff. Her years of dedication and experience led her to the highest recognition, as she was named Principal of the Year by Texas Association of Secondary School Principals and HEB Excellence in Education in 2007 and 2008, respectively.
To be picked from many people who are doing outstanding work all over the place, it is an honor, and it's very humbling.
After a successful run as a principal, Mrs. Peterson took what she implemented at Weslaco East to increase the standards across the board for the entire district, preparing students for higher education or vocational careers. She spent the last 5 years as assistant superintendent of schools, leading and mentoring secondary administrators.
From the get-go, she has demonstrated integrity and grace and commitment. I am going to miss her so much.
Her wealth of knowledge and skill rubbed off on some administrators who today are current principals.
From walking down the hallway, picking up trash in the cafeteria, walking around saying hello to the kids, that is something that has really stuck in my mind.
I consider it an honor to hold the job that I do. I look forward to coming to work every day because I have the opportunity to be with these outstanding young people.
40 years, giving her heart, giving her soul to inspire children. Because in the end, it's all about them and the impact you make. But life lessons also come with appreciation and gratitude.
We love you, Miss Peterson.